Hey guys, SimplyPops here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm making this one real quick. Missing iOS 13 features. These are all the features that I think Apple either missed or forgot about, or I don't know. It's just like, how can you miss that? But nonetheless, iOS 13 is a good update. In my opinion, it's the best iOS update. That's just my opinion. But these features right here, if they add these features, this would be perfect. A perfect iOS update. Number one, I put down be able to control or be able to set the video quality on the camera application. So let's say you're taking a video. So let's say, all right, I don't want it to be 720p. So I would have to go into the settings. I have to go into the camera settings and change the quality like that. I wish there's an option where you can just tap on this and then automatically change the quality settings just like that. If you yeah, I don't know why Apple missed that feature, but they did on iOS 13. You have to go into the settings. You gotta wait for settings to load. Depends on what device you have. And the average consumer is not gonna really care about stuff like this. But if you take a lot of pictures and videos, then you gotta look for the settings for the camera, and then you gotta set the video quality just like this. So I wanted to shoot in 4K at 60. And then now you can do so just like that. But I think that's so time consuming, especially if everything is time sensitive. So that is now on iOS 13. That's still the same old stuff. Now next up, calls take up the entire screen. So let's say you get in a phone call out the blue just like this. It takes up the entire screen. I feel like all phone calls or FaceTime calls should take up the like a notification. So as you guys can see, it's restricting me. I should either decline it or I should just accept it. And then once you accept it, okay, fine. And once you accept it, fine. Now you can go back to home and it should be a notification banner. So you can either accept or end it. Have a little video as the banner. It will be perfect. Apple still has yet to fix this. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. To some people, they don't really mind it. Now, staying on the topic of full screenness or just botherness or just intrusiveness, we have Siri. Now Siri is still taking up the full entire screen, but meanwhile on the Apple CarPlay, Apple just announced that Siri is no longer going to take up the entire display, so you could still see what's going on. So I don't know why Apple even just like did this. I mean, they should have redesigned the Siri logo, but they should just have it on the bottom and that's it, and you can still interact with your device, but they still have it full screen. Next up, no picture in picture. Now this one really did bother me. Now you have a phone like the iPhone XS Max and you have the iPhone 8 Plus, or even my phone. This is the iPhone 10, 5.8-inch display. We should be able to have picture in picture support. Now on the iPads we have that officially, but not on the iPhone. So for instance, this is my iPad Pro. I'm watching some Smash Brothers. This is a tournament, so I know my screen is kind of dirty. I can just tap on this button. I have picture in picture activated, and I can do anything else. So I can surf the web, go on Twitter, Instagram, and I can just do just that. So I don't know why Apple decided to just have it on the iPads. I can understand the larger display, but the phones are getting big. They're big enough to have picture in picture, in my opinion. Now, also staying in that topic yet again, no true multitasking. So let's say, for example, all right, so I have a note and I can drag my Safari tab right here. This is official too, and I could just be able to surf the web while I'm taking notes. So really cool, but you can't do that on the iPhone. And yet again, the screen sizes are massive, especially the iPhone XS Max. 6.5-inch display, like that's just massive, and you cannot have true multitasking. So I feel like they should have added that on iOS 13 on iPhones, but they did not. And there's still time with these little features. They can still add it on iOS 13.1 or iOS 13.2, or even worse, iOS 14. Another thing too that kind of like sucks, no always on display. Now I know this is an Android feature and stuff like that, but I have a Samsung Galaxy S10 and it has an always on display, and I love that a lot. Like let's say your phone is on the charger, like right now how it is. I want to see the time. I don't have no clock in my room. Like I have all this tech and all these gadgets and I don't have nothing that shows the time. It's nice to have it always on display to see if you have any notifications or you want to quickly glance at the time or your battery percentage without tapping on the display and then seeing your time. I just wish Apple would have added something like that, especially on the iPhone 10, 10s Max, and iPhone 10s. They should have had a always on display to take advantage of that organic LED display. And speaking of the lock screen, No lock screen redesign. We should be able to change the toggles here, right? So you have a flashlight, cool. But you have a camera here. Okay, fine. You can also activate the camera by swiping just like that too as well. You can also activate the camera by on your control center. So there's 3 ways to activate your camera. And I feel like Apple should have let us change these toggles. Like have do not disturb. So it's the middle of the night, you want to activate do not disturb, you can quickly toggle it on like that. Or just something else, Bluetooth, all the toggles that's on the control center, you should be able to customize it on the lock screen on your iPhone 10, 10s, 10R. You should be able to do that, and even change up the clock. Maybe make it look a little bit more thinner, or I don't know, do something to the lock screen. Make it look a little different. Make it fresh. The best thing that they did, honestly, is the dark mode. The dark mode is good. They changed the wallpaper, so that's pretty cool. I'm surprised Apple did something like that. The appearances, but I appreciate that change. And speaking of that, the last but not least, this one bothered me the most, and I'm pretty sure you guys seen this coming. No icon redesign on iOS 13. This is a big deal. You know, you use your device every single day. Your icons are something that you're gonna see, and I feel like it's a fresh of air, you know, a fresher breath of air. It would have been nice if Apple redesigned the icons or even refined it. I don't know, just change the icons a little bit. And you know, we've been seeing these icons since iOS 7, which is in 2013, the iPhone 5S, which just been dropped. Apple should have been redesigned the icons since the iPhone 10, the 10-year anniversary of the iPhone. It just makes a lot of sense. The 10-year anniversary, okay guys, let's change up the icons, let's make them look a little different. You know, a nice little throwback to the iPhone 10. I don't know, something. I know, yeah, just to add a little bonus with the dark mode, if you activate dark mode, and I'm not sure if Apple is going to fix this issue, if you look at it closely, you might even see some smearing. It might even be hard to make it out on camera, but the dark mode doesn't look as smooth. And this is probably the reason why Apple took so long with the dark mode. If you have an iPhone 10 or 10s or 10s Max, you're going to probably see some OLED smearing going on. So, like, it just doesn't move as fluid, or it's just smearing. It's smearing. It's kind of stuck into place and it moves a little funny. There's a lot of great features going on in iOS 13. I'm actually going to make a video about it right now after this video. So make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. Drop a like on this video if you guys did agree with me. Comment down below. I'm very curious to know what feature you want to see on iOS 13. What's your top 5 features that you would like to see on iOS 13 or future iOSs in general. And I'm out. Peace.